What if I told you that the fate of your soul is being shaped by every thought, emotion, and action you take right now, and that this destiny might not even be Earth anymore? Yes, at some point in your spiritual journey, you may no longer need to reincarnate here on Earth and will be sent to other inhabited planets in the universe. But the big question is, will this new destination for my soul be a more developed place than Earth? Stick with me until the end because we're going to answer these questions and also help you understand how the transmigration of souls works for new experiences in the material world. But before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel, activate the notifications, or just leave a like. It only takes a second, but it helps us continue producing serious spiritual content. Agreed? Now that you've subscribed and liked, let's get straight to the point. Is our journey on Earth really preparing our soul for what comes after? Souls do not all follow the same path, and some may leave for other planets of learning and evolution. These places are not like Earth. They could be more advanced worlds, worlds of similar evolution, or worlds far less evolved, as life is not limited to Earth or the spiritual world. But have you ever stopped to think about those who, for some reason, don't return to Earth after death? When we talk about those who return to Earth, for example, we're dealing with a decision that goes far beyond simple personal choices. There is a deep learning that must be experienced in the material world. For those who have not evolved enough or who are stuck in old patterns, Earth becomes a spiritual training ground where lessons must be repeated until the soul is ready to move forward. This includes new challenges, difficult situations, people who cross their path, and even emotional pains that seem endless. But none of this is mere chance. It's an invitation for growth. And what happens when a soul refuses to learn, denies its growth? Well, not every return to life in the material world on Earth is a peaceful choice. Some souls are taken to denser realms, where suffering is greater and learning is more demanding until they evolve. However, those who continue to refuse to evolve and keep accumulating karmic debts will eventually be exiled to another planet. It is essential to understand that some souls, due to not having fulfilled certain evolutionary challenges, may be sent to distant planets, while others, with a higher level of evolution, may even reach a state where they no longer need to return to Earth. But what defines this difference? And, more importantly, what does it really mean to be exiled to another planet? When we talk about spiritual exile, we are dealing with a profound concept. Souls that, for various reasons, fail to meet the evolutionary requirements of Earth may be directed to planets of denser vibrations. These planets are not necessarily places of punishment, but rather learning spheres where souls can restart their journey, far from Earth, to prevent contaminating a planet with higher energies. Exile, therefore, is not a condemnation, but a chance for a new beginning, a chance to reset the spiritual trajectory, far from the planet that can no longer offer the necessary lessons. On the other hand, there is a diametrically opposite path, souls that reach such a profound state of evolution that they no longer need to return to Earth. These souls are no longer trapped in the cycle of reincarnation because they have completed their earthly mission and transcended the most difficult lessons. It's not that Earth no longer needs them. Quite the opposite. They have reached such a high level of consciousness that physical experience is no longer necessary. However, they may still want to live one more experience in the material world, but in the era of light. In other words, a planet that no longer holds the veil of forgetfulness of reincarnation, where the dead and the living constantly interact and coexist. This is the age of light that Earth is also preparing to enter, and it could very well be the time when these souls will reincarnate. In other words, these souls already in the light may live their last material experiences in their next incarnation, either on Earth or in another planet in the universe that is also in the age of light. However, the arrival of the age of light will not be an easy transition for everyone. For those who still carry the densities of ego, karmic debts, and heavier vibrations, the vibrational incompatibility with the new world will be an obstacle. Earth, in its new phase, will demand purity of heart and an elevation of consciousness that not everyone is willing to achieve. Imagine a planet where dense spirits, still trapped in old patterns of suffering and attachment, will no longer be able to remain. They will have to make a choice, either align with the new frequency of light or be left behind, and this will determine whether they will be exiled to other planets to live in denser worlds. The big question, however, is not about others, but about ourselves. Are we truly prepared for a great age of light? Are we willing to free ourselves from the shadows that still hold us and vibrate with the new frequency that is being established? The answer to this depends on our inner journey, our spiritual evolution. The arrival of this new age is not just an external event, but an internal transformation that requires each of us to make a deep commitment to light, love, and truth. So in order for you to live a new experience in the age of light here on Earth or on another planet, you simply need to commit to aligning your vibration with the new Earth. Now, if an individual is still too beastly and has too many karmic debts to resolve, Earth will no longer be their home in the next incarnation. This is the great transmigration of souls that happens all the time and is coordinated by the celestial forces of each orb that interact with each other. After everything we've seen so far, I ask you, what is the fate of your soul? If this video made you reflect, share it with others who need to understand the fate of the soul and how our spiritual evolution is shaped by the choices we make, or in spiritualist groups you belong to. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content that will transform your perspective on life, death, and the beyond. I'll see you in the next video. Peace profound.